Hi guys, it's a faux week 8 of Sisters in Shape Adventures in Competing. Sorry it's been so long since I've vlogged. I've been really sick for about going on 9 days now. I finally feel healthy enough to vlog and my voice is back almost 100%, so I'm sorry if I kind of cough or sound funny halfway through this video. I'm still battling this cold. I've got some tea here that I'll be drinking throughout the vlog in order to kind of keep my voice going. I actually wanted to talk about what happens if you get sick during a competition, since this vlog is about lifestyle, and sickness shouldn't be part of your lifestyle, but it obviously happens. So what do you do? What do you do when it happens, especially so close to a competition? I got sick just shy of 4 weeks out, and I'm still sick, and it's 3 weeks to the competition now. So firstly, I want to talk a little bit about this tea that I'm drinking. It's called Tahibo tea, it's from the Tahibo Tea Club. It's called Podarco, and it was my mom who got me onto this tea. It's got all sorts of amazing properties. It's antiviral, it's anti-inflammatory, it's antifungal, antibacterial, and the biggest one is it fights cancer. And that's what got her onto it, because we were having a bit of a scare in my family with potential cancer. And so my mom was just doing tons of research, as she does. Whenever there's a health threat in our family, she goes into research mode and she finds whatever she can, and it's usually amazing. So we were looking into this tea, and so I'm drinking it and trying to kind of repair my immune system, strengthen my immune system, and get this virus out of my system as fast as possible, which doesn't seem very fast. The other thing to do is, normally, if you're not in contest prep mode, is rest. I know that a lot of us don't like to do that, and push through, and there's this attitude of mental toughness that we feel like we're failing if we don't stick to our program. But the reality is you're going to suppress your immune system, especially if you go really hard, which is what I did at the beginning. So the first 2 days I knew I was sick, but I was so close to the competition, I didn't feel like I had the ability to just not go to the gym. So I did legs, I did back, I pushed myself really hard. And when you push yourself that hard, it's a stressor on your body, and it actually depresses your immune system even more, which is obviously not good if you're trying to fight off an illness. So if you're not that close to a competition, definitely take the day off and rest. The kind of other component of that is, if you are going to go to the gym, try to increase your calories, especially your carbohydrates, a little bit. Not sugars. Don't consume sugar while you're sick, because sugar, again, suppresses your immune system. But if you increase your complex carbohydrates, it will help alleviate some of the stress from your workout, and will hopefully absorb some of those the cortisol and the other stress hormones that are in your system that could potentially be depressing your immune system. And those extra calories will also help you to get better a little faster. Now, if you're 4 weeks out from a competition, obviously you're not going to want to increase your calories, and I definitely didn't. I did keep my carbs moderately high. Like, I normally, now on my low carb days, I'm consuming between 50 and 60 grams of carbohydrates, which is very low. But while I was sick, I was consuming between 70 and 100 grams of carbohydrates. So still low, but higher than I would normally be eating, just to try to help my immune system a little bit. And I didn't gain any weight while I was out for the count. I actually ended up, because I pushed myself so hard, I ended up having to take 2 full rest days, one of which was literally spent on the couch coughing and dying. It was horrible, and I'm sure that I could have avoided that if I had decided to rest earlier, but it's hard to get around that mental block of, no, I need to push myself through this, and I need to make sure that I'm in the best condition. And it's that priority of the competition when your priority should really be your health, right? So now that I've rested and I'm sort of on the mend, what you can do is you can introduce cardio back in first, because as long as it's not a fever, cardio is actually probably your best bet, because it's not as stressing to the immune system. And I'm not talking about high intensity cardio, because high intensity cardio has the same depressing effects on your immune system as intense weight training does. It has very similar impact. So you don't want to do interval training. You want to do steady state cardio, and it'll actually raise your body temperature a little bit and hopefully burn out that virus. You'll sweat it out, you'll get some of the toxins out. It actually clears your sinuses, it helps get the congestion out of your lungs, all these things. So it can actually help you on your way to recovery. Having said that, I was doing, more than was necessary for just recovery, because I wanted the extra calorie burn. But like half an hour of low level cardio will probably actually help you get better faster, as long as you don't have a fever. And the reason I say that is because part of the cardio is raising your body temperature. If your body temperature is already in a dangerous range, that is not something you want to do, and will actually be very detrimental, and in extreme cases can cause brain damage, can cause you to faint, can cause all sorts of horrible things. So don't do it. Some other stuff that I resorted to when I was panicking, Google was like my best friend while I was on the couch, because I was just, oh my God, I need to get better. This is way too close to my competition. I can't be sick right now. So some of the things that I was finding for natural remedies, because obviously I'm a natural kind of person, I don't like taking too many drugs, are things like ginger, garlic, cayenne pepper, raw and local honey, and apple cider vinegar. So apple cider vinegar is one of these amazing foods that is really prevalent in the health and wellness industry. And if you haven't heard of it, definitely look it up. But I hadn't ever really got onto it because it's kind of gross. You kind of take like a shot of apple cider vinegar, and I don't know, it's burny and doesn't taste very good. So I hadn't really like gotten into that. I know a lot of people do, but I was reading about it, and probably about half of the, home remedy cold concoctions had apple cider vinegar in them. So I was like, okay, there's obviously something to this. And there definitely is. It helps heat up your internal temperature. It's antiviral. It helps clear out your system. So all those types of things. Ginger and garlic are antibacterial and antiviral. And you can put them in your food. I actually got to the point where I was brewing them in tea. I actually put garlic in tea. I was that desperate. And cayenne pepper, especially for a sore throat, is really good because it brings blood flow to the area. So if you mix cayenne pepper and garlic in honey, and then you kind of hold that at the back of your throat for a little while before you swallow, that can be really good because it brings the blood to the area, which delivers the white blood cells, which have your immune fighting cells in them. So the white blood cells are the cells that are associated with your immune system, and they're what helps you get better. So now I'm still kind of doing a lot of these things. I'm still trying to get better, but I'm back in the gym. I'm back to weight training because I'm so close to my competition. If it were 9 days later and I was still sick and I wasn't this close to a competition, I would be cutting out the gym entirely, and I would be taking rest days and drinking lots of tea and loading up on honey, which I can't do right now because it's a sugar, and like just hitting it from all angles. But you kind of have to work with what you can while you're sick in contest prep. So try, if it happens to you, try all these things that are non-calorie Get lots and lots of sleep. That's the other thing. The more you can rest, the better off you are, because rest is when your body heals. You hear it about muscle building. It's the same thing for sickness. You need to sleep. And if you can't sleep, if you're one of those people who has a hard time sleeping during the day, you can't take naps, things like that, or you have to work so you can't take a nap, just try to stay still and rest your mind and be calm, and try going for light walks. Stay a little bit mobile to keep that congestion out, because if you're just lying on your back all day, it's all going to get congested in your lungs and your nose and your sinuses, and it's not a fun time. So there you have it. That's what's been holding up these vlogs, and hopefully this never happens to you, but if it does, hopefully I've given you some ideas for what you can do to try to combat that. So you know the drill. Eat clean, train dirty, and think nerdy. Till next time.